So you must know that there's a stark difference. But we have dominated cricket, and we're hoping that this cycle of players will be able to take us to another level. We look at the Razorback series, West Indies versus England. You can see that England won the toss, and they batted. Rain spoiled the whole party, as John Maynard would say. John, welcome to the ball, and it is a pleasure to have you here in this special segment, our first segment as we get prepared to roll off.
Well, good afternoon to you, Vernon Springer. Good afternoon to you, Mali. And I'm so happy to be part of something which is so special to Caribbean people and Caribbean cricket.
Your thoughts on, before I get Mali in, your thoughts on West Indies' decision today? The first 11, you know, that's going to be a big talking point. But you're in England, John, and you can tell us a little bit about the weather and how you think they would have interacted compared to their preparation in Manchester and now moving now to Aegis Bowl, where weather was just overcast today, and so the selections went different.
You know, based on the preparation part of things, I thought the weather was kind to them. I thought their preparation was good. It was sunny, barring this, I think yesterday the rain started. So the preparation side of things would have been really good. I would more go into the selection side of things, really, because I'm a little careful. I shouldn't be careful what I say. I know what I would say. Cornwall should have been your genuine spinner, because Cornwall does 2 roles for the team in terms of bowling. If there's a situation where things go bad, you could ask him to be a holding role, and he could hold one end while the seamers rotate. If the wickets start to spin, bounce, you know Cornwall, he's going to be the man as well. But I thought the Windies went for something more look like a option of playing a safe bet in playing possible Blackwood, where I don't see a role. His role really is not something that I think really would add something to the team right now. And if you look at the Rose Bowl for the last 5 years, spinners has always done really good there. Moeen Ali, for one, he would have been excellent there for England. He would have probably got, I think, his wicket for probably 15 or 20. And for any spinner, that is great work. So I thought the Windies maybe missed the trick in not playing Cornwall, knowing the nature of Hampshire and what always happened there. Plus, the safe bet option I think they went for, I don't think it's going to pay off this time around.
Mali Richards, you are a batsman. And as John Maynard rightly said, you always hear from an early days that if you're going to play 6 batsmen, it's almost like you're taking a risk in most teams. And when you play 6 batsmen and maybe sometimes 7 batsmen, it sometimes doesn't work out in the best interest sometimes. If we check West Indies' record, every time they've gone that route, they've always ended up in a sort of awkward situation. Your thoughts when you heard the first 11 on day one?
To be honest, I mean, this is something that we were debating in our cricket group just last night. Shout out to Empire Cricket Club. We were actually debating whether we thought Jimbo would play in this first test. And with the weather that came late, with it being rainy, we were actually debating whether he would get into the 11. And a few guys were saying they didn't think so based on the conditions. But the conditions of the pitch seems fine. But the outfield, the overhead conditions, and with West Indies as well being very worried about their batting because there's no Hetmeyer, there's no Bravo, 2 of our better players per se. I think they went with the ultra safe option to pad the batting. I think that's what all-rounders give you the option to do. All-rounder like Chase, it gives you the option to either play an extra batter or an extra bowler depending on the conditions. So I think they went ultra safe, like John said, but we'll wait and see how that pans out.
John and Mali, I still feel that the captain needs to take some responsibility and self-analysis in terms of his own composure as a batsman. And if we look into this present team, I'm saying that all he had to do is say, listen, Chris, myself, Darwish, and Cornwall, we have 4 players where we have to knuckle down. And we're good enough to be able to get at least 175, 100 runs between us if we apply ourselves. In this present team, I'm saying Jason Hooler is good enough to bat number 6. And if you're looking at a safe option, the safe option of bringing in Jermaine Blackwood and batting him at number 6, almost the same thing that the captain can do. So say that you have to take into consideration Mali and John. John and Gabriel, even though he's been there and he's just coming back from an injury, you still have to give yourself some time to be able to go through that. Because if he goes down, you know what's happening. It means that the West Indies is short of one bowler. If you had Cornwall there, you're safe, just as what John said. Some options where generally, say 1 gone down. You have 3, you could rotate. Playing 4 now, if 1 go down, you could be in serious problem. But I just feel that the captain has to get a little braver, has to show a little bit more responsibility. I'm not saying that he's going to be a Ben Stokes, but the captain can bat. He needs to put up his hand and say, hey, I am going to take this number 6 position. I am good enough to bat. Don't tell me you're going to pass the buck. We're going to play Jermaine Blackwood. And if the batters fail, you say, oh, well, the batters fail again. Because you're good enough. But I don't know how John feels about what I said.
You know, personally, I sort of feel that number 6 position is one where you kind of have like an all-rounder who they normally bat kind of 2 style. If the game is 50 for 5, they could come in and beat it around and hold the ascendancy. Or if your batting team maybe 250 for 5 or 250 for 4, that same individual should come in and just tear the ball in apart. Now you're going to ask a batsman who is not a lower order batsman to change his mindset, change his style, ask him to bat number 6. So now his role going to change, and I don't think he's going to help the team as good as he should. Had you got like a Jimbo in the team who naturally is a low order batsman and a genuine all-rounder, him and Jason, Jason, for instance, in the last 2 or 3 years, averaged about 40 in Test cricket. So clearly state that the guy is a proper batsman. Jimbo is a proper batsman. So you got these 2 along with Dowich. Then your middle to low order is so strong that personally they would add a lot more. And the fact that you got Jimbo, who is a recognized frontline bowler, who would be a threat to the very best batsman in world cricket, I couldn't see how you left him out. And even the condition was a bit rainy and wet. Jimbo is a finger spinner. And he probably got maybe the best control going as a spinner in world cricket at the moment. So there's no reason why they should have left him out.
Mali, you share the thoughts of John with Jermaine Blackwood coming into this team and having to bat at number 6?
Yeah, I agree with everything John said, but I also see why they picked the team the way they did. We just saw 2 days ago Brian Lara saying that the West Indies batting would last 5 days because the test would last 5 days because of the batting. We know that there are real fears about the batting, and I think with the first test they were very, very worried about it. They worried. They saw overhead conditions as well. They know Anderson's coming, Broad's not in, but they changed that combination with Wood and Archer. So, I mean, they were very worried about it and they went ultra safe. I think Jimbo's chance will come. It will come. It will come on this tour. I think it might not be the worst thing if he just sat and watched and acclimatized a bit more going into test 2 and 3. So, like I said, I agree with everything John said, but I can see why they did.
5 for 1, Mali. Like what you saw today from the West Indies era, I thought that they didn't bowl full enough. And that's just my own view. It is easy for me to sit here in Antigua and Barbuda and make that comment. But John himself being an expert, you have played in England to Mali. What you thought of the links today?
I I thought, especially from Gabriel and Alzari to start with, I thought they looked a little rusty. Remember, we haven't played competitive cricket for a while. I thought Roach was right on the money right away, though. I thought he was bowling the right length. You know, maybe a little fuller, but he was testing Denley quite a lot on the front foot. We saw the wicket being a bit too paced and Shannon Gabriel slamming the ball into the wicket. Some stood up. We saw Denley hit him, pull him straight down the wicket one time and cut him another time because the wicket's a bit too paced. So, I mean, he'll have to adjust his lengths, bring the batsman forward, because we saw the ball take off at times too when you pitched it up on a good length from Holder as well. So, I mean, I don't want to be too harsh. I think Roach led the attack pretty well in the little spell that he bowled today. I mean, those are the lengths that we're going to have to bowl, especially on this wicket, in order to get 22 wickets.
John?
You know, Springs, if I could back Marley there, he's pretty right, really. And I would say maybe there was a touch shot rather than, you know, it'd have been nice just to force them to jive a little more. And then you got your three steps looking for something. But like you said, it was nice for them to have like practice nets and stuff like that. But game time, that would have been ideal. And then you would have got a better gauge as to feel the confidence to pitch it up there. So I would say probably for when the game time during this game, I think the confidence is going to be more that they could back the ability to get it up there and look for something more in terms of sea movement. I start to think that like Shannon, you could see he's a little rusty, but by the next game, he should be firing. And his aggression, he's one of them guys who, he's your enforcer. When he's bowling 90 miles, that's the bowler that you want. If he's bowling 87, 88, then you probably could tell him, well, you know, get someone else, because he's not your line bowler. So you want Shannon to be confident, running in and bowling 90 miles. And then you got Alzari, who I thought today maybe look to the latter part of his spell. He almost looked the quicker of all the bowlers and better. Yeah. So, along with Roach and Jason, I think they're going to be a handful. And I'm hoping that they'll be wise enough. And by the next test, get Jimbo back. Then you would have probably one of the better bowling attack in world cricket.
Now, John, let's talk about the captaincy. And, you know, you've been a fast bowler. You understand cricket conditions in England. Too many times, bowlers don't like to push the ball up. Today, I thought I would have maybe bring the mid on and mid off a little bit more straighter and put in the extra cover and those guys to kind of go through the line, especially to Denley. I find that Denley, the ball is pitched up. If the ball is back of a length, they're contented to be able to play that in a comfortable position. I'm saying, as you rightly said, Gabriel and so looks sort of rusty. It's not practice now, it's test cricket. And so you have to readjust generally. Your thoughts on the captaincy today, would you have done anything different based on what I just said?
You know, it's kind of difficult to say because I didn't think Holder had a chance to make any wrong decision on the field. It's just the bowlers really should have been the one. Because remember, these are experienced bowlers. So with the experience that they got, they could have told themselves, well, let me try just a touch fuller. And shooting, in fact, the England top batters, these are some easy guys to bowl to do. So make no mistake, these ain't guys who are going to bash you around and thing. They would kind of pinch you off and thing, get the four a little two here and there. But they're not big shot players. They're more deflection and wait for bad bowling. So you could kind of gamble and pitch a little fuller, and then you could make your adjustment if you need to.
Mali, West Indies team, sleeping. They know two is coming around the corner. If you are in Jason's Holder's position, or maybe take Jason Holder, but Coach Phil Simmons, what are you saying to the West Indies team at the end of day one, 35 for 1, rain interrupting this play?
I would say we've had a decent day. We've taken a wicket, fine, 17.4 overs. We haven't let England get away from us in terms of the run rate. So we've done well from that perspective. But tomorrow we have to be trying better in terms of try and be better in terms of hitting the right lengths. We have to bring the batsmen forward on this wicket. I would also employ a short leg. We saw a few times today when the ball was pitched up, it took off from a length and just lobbed up into that area around short leg area. So, I mean, that's an attacking position to get wickets. So I think the lengths are key. Take a leaf out of Roach's book. Roach was bowling the right lengths today on that wicket. A lot of those overs were good lengths, bringing Denley forward, a bit of shape either way, in or out. And yeah, just consistency. We have to be consistent. Not let England get away. Like John said, these two batters aren't necessarily ball beaters. We can bowl to them. We can set particular fields to them. We can come up with plans to work these batters out. They're pretty inexperienced. They're still trying to make their way in Test cricket. So we didn't have a bad day. Tomorrow, let's try and come out on the right foot. First up, no looseners. Nothing like that. We're coming ready, hit the straps right away, and let's look to get the next 9 wickets.
John, you in England, what is the weather forecast saying tomorrow? Your coach, Waddy Eswick. Fellas got to get some ice bath tonight, get themselves organized, and once everything goes tomorrow, we never know. It'll be kind of overcast. What's your message, John?
Well, shooters, I'm not even sure them guys going to need ice bath tonight. I remember they only run out for a couple overs. So it wasn't hard at the office for them today. Mm-hmm. But I thought, like Marley said, if you get a chance to field today and you end up with 1 wicket for just 20-odd runs, you would take that every day of the week. So they had a good start. Now they got to, well, the focus tomorrow going to be similar like today, but with less rain. So hopefully they will get more game time playing. And if anything, tomorrow, it might be better if they make the batsmen play a little bit more, especially like Roach. I thought Roach, if you're going to be critical, he bowled tidy, but he didn't force them to play enough. The batters, on the other hand, they're going to be looking to leave alone and look to probably play out the first hour, see what's happening, and then assess their play from there. So make them play early. If you can get a couple of early wickets, you get Butler, Zach Crawley, who is a new guy. You get Josh Butler, who I thought is a very lucky man to be in the team. And now he must be playing for his career right now. So if you get them early with the hard ball, then we can run all over them.
And you've been a fast bowler. You like, and you know, we always hear this from, you know, the Elko. I mean, the Antigua, you know, you hear that from Viv. When you ball in your hand, you got to make the batsman play, because that's when it's most dangerous. So I think your typical analysis of Kemar Roach is perfect. And I'm sure Roach has gone back to his room. He would have assessed that and know, like, hey, just didn't make them play enough today. He will come hard. But Mali and you made a very critical point. This England batting lineup is under some pressure because people like Denley and Crawley and those guys, they're fighting to be able to be in the team. The big question is when Joe Root comes back, which one of those guys, if they don't make any runs? If you check Denley is just maybe got his high score is 94. And he's got about 17 innings between, let's say, 10 and 39. So he's had starts, so he's under pressure. It's an interesting point that John made. If we get our straps going, we could put England under some pressure.
And that's what we were saying in the last show. England has an inexperienced batting lineup, just like the West Indies. It's pretty similar. We're with players trying to make their name in the Test game, players under pressure. And like John said, players like Butler, who's under pressure. Ben Foakes is breathing down his neck. Root's coming back. So who's going to get, that's an automatic pick. So who's going to get left out of this team when Root comes back? So players are playing for their careers. Like John said, they're playing for their careers. And that in itself is a level of pressure and we need to exploit that.
And what are the folks saying in England about what are you hearing on the ground? Because this is, like you said Josh Buttler is very lucky. He's a vice captain, and so he's maybe that's the only reason why he's there.
Well, truth and in fact, the selectors, they have the best headache probably in world cricket because they have a lot of guys who they could pick.
Yep.
So if you look at the batting, for instance, you look at Sibley. He's not a mainstay. He scored 100 in the South African Test Series when England was there. So he's still green. He's still very new to Test cricket. He haven't got a secure spot. Burns, they seem to like a lot, and Burns do a good job. Like Denley, my opinion, I think he's a very good Test match player, but some quarters look at his age. He's 34, so they look at the investment in a 34-year-old or the investment in a young Zach Crawley, who is a very much loved cricketer in England as well. Joe Root going to be automatic when he comes back. So the position fighting for right now would be Zach Crawley and Denley. So this could make them play out their skin or could put them under pressure. On the bowling side, they got a major headache with Moeen Ali because he's back playing now. He's a proven, tried and tested cricketer. He's a far better spinner than Dom Bess. He's a better batter, but Dom Bess was in South Africa and done really well. His last ball for England, he picked up a fifer. In the fast bowling stack, they got probably 8 to 10 fast bowlers who they could call. Chris Wokes, who in my opinion would be the best England bowler right now based on he bowls a heavy length. He's like your 88, 86 miles an hour. Seems the ball beautiful, consistent. He's a wicket taker in England, and he bats good. He can't make the team. You got Stuart Broad with over 400 Test wickets. He can't make the team. So that tells England got a good stack of bowlers. I'm happy that they play. For the sake of cricket, it's nice to see Archer and Wood, who possibly 2 of the quickest bowlers in world cricket, playing in the same team, because they could both push each other to bowl fast, and you could see the England bowlers. These 2 guys might be bowling 94 on a regular basis because they're going to try to outdo each other with pace. And then you got your skillful guy like Jimmy, who is, by all indication and hearing all the talks lately, Jimmy is as fit as he ever been in his life. So he's going to be very interested. And Ben Stokes, you know what you're going to get from Stokes. He's going to run in, he's going to bowl like Ben Stokes can. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to look for seam movement. So Ben Stokes. So I thought, England got a very good headache to deal with. And players now, because of the pressure, how they handle the pressure would be interested.
Well, Mali Richards and John Maynard, I really want to thank you very much for joining us on the ball. Day one summary or analysis in terms of what happened today. England won the toss, batting first, 35 for 1, only some 17.4 was bowled. We'll be back with you on our Vast Sports Media platform, giving you the analysis of day 2. We're hoping by the time we come back for day 2 analysis, England maybe will be bowling for 175 and West Indies will maybe be XYZ for that. But hey, most we can do is just rally with the West Indies team. I really want to thank you guys. Tomorrow, hey, trust me, we'll be back on Thursday, bringing it live on the ball of our sports media platform. God bless you guys.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
This is your official invitation to the Conscious Party.
Get conscious, get down to business every Wednesday from 4 to 6 with Conscious Business. Join the Conscious Musical Reasoning with Selector Highest, Strictly Positive and Conscious Music and Conscious Business on WinFM 98.9, winfm.com. Vibes include Business Education Corner, Business Quote of the Day, Agriculture Time, and Mama Love Track of the Day.
Mama, I don't ever want to see you cry.
Conscious Business is brought to you by Like New Steam Cleaning. You too can get exposure and awareness for your business when you call Win FM's sales department to advertise here. Conscious Business is positive growth.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Just an island boy with island dreams. Something he read about in magazines. From halfway tree to ocean drive, to mile-high clubs on Paris flights. This island boy with big ideas about the things seen and heard on social media, trying to escape but don't know how, having faith that he'll get there somehow. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world.
I'm an island girl with my island spice, my